Hello, my YouTube fans. Did you miss me? I missed you. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? I hope you still love me. Anyway, I am back. All right. And I was just thinking about thought chunking, right? It's one of my favorite speaking tools because I've said it before and I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with speaking, it has everything to do with being comfortable with silence and knowing where to pause. So I thought we would take this passage, okay? This is a passage I use in my teaching. And I thought I would kind of talk you through where would the thought chunks be? What's the best place to pause? Now remember, when we talk about thought chunking, there are always more than one way to interpret either a passage or what we're going to say. However, there are wrong ways. So I'll try to demonstrate a little bit of both, okay? So let's start here. We have one sentence, this first sentence here, okay? Public speaking is amongst one of human beings' greatest fears. Now I'm going to imagine that this is more of a formal speech, and for that reason, I would pause after public speaking so that people know what my topic is. So right there, I've just gone ahead and I've paused after that keyword, which is my topic, okay? Now, if I had done this, public speaking it's less powerful. It's less powerful because of the to be verb. It's a nothing verb. It's not action. It's not powerful. Okay. So what we really want to do here is we want to pause after the subject. Public speaking is amongst one of human beings' greatest fears. And then we can use that period as an indication to pause again. And what you see I'm doing is I'm putting one thought chunk per line. So here we go. Let's look at this next. Now I'm just going to drop this down for a moment just so we could look at this next line and say, what am I going to do here? So I'm back over here. Is it the multiple number of eyes looking at us with expectation? I could keep it as one long chunk, but if you want to be able to practice the speaking of each thought chunk, getting the flow, getting the emphasis, getting the movement of the phrase, we could break it down. Is it the multiple number of eyes looking at us? Let's see. Is it the multiple number of eyes looking at us with expectation? You could do that. It's not wrong. You're stopping on an information word, eyes. You're keeping looking at us together because to look at is the verb, look at us, right? Now you could do that. Is it the multiple number of eyes looking at us with expectation? Now you can decide which one you like better, but let's just make it a little shorter here, okay? So that you can then work on the construction of the phrase, the saying of the phrase. Now let's look at the next line. Let's pull that up. And again, sometimes I just pull this one down so I could just look at what's next. Now, one of the things I like to do when I talk about thought chunking is I look at the lines. Do I have short lines, long lines? And I like that this is longer than the previous two lines. So I might try that as one long thought chunk. Is it the assumption that we're being judged? So I'm saying it one long thought chunk. I'm getting my links. I'm even contracting here, right? I'm changing this so that I get the flow. Is it the assumption that we're being judged? And then I emphasize that word judged. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Now look at this. This is cool. Now we have a kind of a word that's going to kind of separate between these two ideas. We want to maybe just say that word alone, or why not? Let's just say or. So we could say this as one thought chunk, give a nice pause, and then if we go to the next one, whoops, let's pull this down here. We have, might it just be a natural case of our nervous system giving us the boost we need to get the job done? That's too much. We've got to break that down. So let's see. Might it just be a natural case of our nervous system? That's a thought. That's a nice thought. Giving us the boost we need? That's another nice thought to get the job done. Okay. So again, really liking that we're varying the length of the thought chunks here and hoping that you can see that as well. Now, let's come to the next one. Short sentence. Let's keep this all together. It may be a combination of all three. Now, here again, we could do the same technique with this conjunction, right? Yet. We could, just like we did with or. Or we could change it to create variety. Remember, I said there's not just one way to do this. So we could do, yet is it the latter question, right? Maybe we pause there, that we can focus on to build skills. We could pause there in combating the agitation associated with speaking to a crowd. Now, again, let's just look at that. You see, if you look at all of this, you start to see how similar the length of the chunks are. I would go ahead and try to kind of combine at least two of those. So let's have a look. Yet is it the latter question? So again, even though I wanted to change that from or, I might go ahead and do this so that it's easier to do this. Yet it is. It should be, is it, right? Oh no, sorry, it is. So here we have yet, and then we could do this to make it easier, right? To get the contraction. It's the latter question that we can focus on. Maybe we can do that. Let's see if I like this. Yet, it's the latter question that we can focus on to build skills in combating the agitation associated with speaking to a crowd. So even though these are similar, we went back and we had one word there, so we start to see that nice contrast between this length and this length. So I hope you're getting where I'm going with all of this. Variation is key. You want to be able to make sure you can get the phrase out, right? All right, let's keep going. Use it as energy to drive the message. Let's keep that. Imagine being able to zip up the nerves like a jacket. There we go. So that's a little longer. And when we reach the top, we can bundle all of it in a positive way, period. We can secure it with an imaginary button at our throat. We can use the punctuation mark here, which is a comma. Hone the excitement. Let's make that a thought chunk. And speak clearly, slowly. We can do it like this and effectively. Fear is amongst us. And then let's keep this conjunction together. But we have the power to control it. Let's pause after that. Good. So now we start to see the length. Everything's a little bit different, right? Okay, now I'm going to read it to you. Here we go. And then you're going to read it. Public speaking is amongst one of human beings' greatest fears. Is it the multiple number of eyes looking at us with expectation? Is it the assumption that we're being judged? Or might it just be a natural case of our nervous system giving us the boost we need to get the job done? It may be a combination of all three. Yet, it's the latter question that we can focus on to build skills in combating the agitation associated with speaking to a crowd. Use it as energy to drive the message. Imagine being able to zip up the nerves like a jacket, and when we reach the top, we can bundle all of it in a positive way. We can secure it with an imaginary button at our throat, hone the excitement, and speak clearly, slowly, and effectively. Fear is amongst us, but, fear is amongst us, but we have the power to control it. Okay, good. Well, I'll put this in the description of today's video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you can take the idea and take a passage and do it yourself. Take some presentation you might need to give, a meeting you need to go to, anything that will help you to work on the pronunciation, the thought chunking, the rhythm of the language, the flow, but really getting your communication skills to sound confident and effective. All right. That's really what we're working on when I talk about American accent and communication skills. So I hope that you like today's post, this video. I hope you remember to like, to share, and subscribe to the channel. And come on over to my website, check that out while you're with me, and see if there's any program or ebook, or maybe you want to get onto my educational emails, any way that I can continue to help you on a regular basis. I'm here for you. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.